Okay, we want to start with the, let's zoom in here. What are we doing? Can you see this line? All right. We're creating this, right? You with me? So what do we know about this? There's actually some things we don't know. We don't know the angle. Is that true? Okay. I've got this thing popping up. It's all right. Okay, I'm going to start by putting my origin on this point down here on the bottom right. It's just important that you tie it to somewhere. It doesn't matter. You don't have to put it where mine goes, but your sketches won't be black, right? If you don't tie it to the origin somewhere. So we're just going to kind of wing this profile shape out. We're going to go up. We're going to go over. None of these measurements matter at the moment, right? We're going to go this way. We come up at an angle that's not 45. So keep in mind, SolidWorks is going to try and snap you to 45 degrees. It's okay to make it like that to begin with, but just know that that angle is not at 45 degrees. And then I'm going to make a line coming there and then down to there, right? And that is our profile. Let's measure it up. No faith today? No faith. What's this bottom line? Someone? Thank you. 80. Side? Thank you. 20. Okay. We could add a measurement here, but we want to try and stay with whatever the measurements we have are. So we're not going to add extra measurements. So let's go. We've got a 120 that's positioned here. So I'm going to go ahead and add that one. Nope. Nope. Oh, okay. You're all right. All right. So we're going to set this to 120. Okay. We've got a measurement up here. We know that that's 20 based on that. Okay. What else we got? What do you got, Ari? Here. Okay. So the width of this little shape right there needs to be set to 20. We could probably do the angle now, Clayton. Make sure when you do the angle, I had some people asking earlier in the other class or had some problems with this. Click this line and then click the line on the bottom. I had some people trying to go line to point. Make sure you go line to line and set that up as 50. That should give us that. All right. Focus up here real quick. I got a question. Why is this blue? Because it can go up and down. So what do I need to set this to based on the measurements that I have here? What do I need to set this to? Let me see if the measurement's even visible on this thing, or am I? What? Why 75? Okay. All right. Billy? 50. You're looking at this 50 here? Right? Okay. So you're saying the distance from there to there is 50, and then you added the radius of the outer curve, which is 25, giving you the distance going all the way right there of 75. Yeah. Okay. So if you do it that way, you're going to have to cut away from the top. You can do it that way, but you could also just go up 50 and then make your circle afterwards, and then you don't have to cut anything off. So it's fine to do it that way, but I think it's easier. I actually did it your way first. I added those up, and then when I did it again, I decided to do it this way, and I think it's a little easier, but you can do it that way too. It's fine. Anyway, point is, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to go 50 here for this line right here, because then I can easily use that as the center line for my circle later. Point and line. Say that again. Yes. Point and then line. Yeah. Okay. So I'm tied to the origin. Everything's completely black. We're going to exit sketch. How far does that get extruded? Daniel, you with me? How far does this get extruded? Yeah. I think. Did you do a mid-plane? You should do a mid-plane, because we're going to have to use this plane in the middle for this angled or this curvy thing in the middle later. Okay. So if you didn't do a mid-plane, are you doing it right now with me? Yeah, you should definitely do a mid-plane. All right. That's a mid-plane extrusion, and it's going to be set to, sorry, what'd you say, 50? 50 based off of this, I guess this is a front view here, 50. So we'll extrude it that way like that. Okay. All right. After that, we'll go with this circle that Billy was talking about up there. We're going to just add the circle. It's pretty simple. We're just going to draw a sketch on this flat face up here. And we'll use the circle tool, and we'll just start it right on that midpoint. The radius of the circle should be 25, but you can just snap it onto the end point of the line. Okay. And then extrude that back. Okay. And that gets extruded back the same distance as this was deep, which is 20. And make sure you extrude it the correct direction like that. All right. Okay. After that, I think we're going to approach this circle stuff that's happening up here. And then afterwards, we'll do this angled line stuff there. So the circle stuff's pretty basic. We start with another sketch on that same face. Hope you guys are checking me, making sure I'm not messing anything up. How big is this circle? Can someone tell me? 40? Where's that at? Yeah, 40 on this. All right. Clayton. I'll believe you for now. 40. And should I extrude this out, right? How far does it come out? Ari, you got something? 30? 30 is here. 30 is also the amount of the cut that comes later. So we're going to extrude this out. 30. Okay. And then should we do the cut next? Let's do the cut last, because reasons that I'll explain in a second. We're going to just leave it like that. We could actually fillet it, and then we'll do the cut later. So the fillet of this little curve, I had some people last period asking me if it was a chamfer. It's a fillet. It says R2.5 right here on the section cut. Okay, so we're going to go to fillet. We're going to set it to 2.5, 2.5, and we're going to click the edge. We're going to check mark that. Okay, so that's the easy part, right? This part, the last part, second to last part, is going to be this little curved section right here. And we need to make it a complete polygon. So we also have to do this part in here. Okay. So the plane that we should draw that on is going to be, if you did the origin the same way I did and positioned it the same way I did, you should have a right plane that's going right in the middle, right, Max? A right plane that's going right in the middle. We're going to sketch on that right plane, and we're going to trace. Let's start up here. We're going to go down. We're going to go down. We're going to go down. We're going to convert this to an arc. So we got an arc coming this way. What? Okay, so here's a problem with the arc, right? Are you not able to make the arc? Here's why. It is, but it's because of something you don't know yet, because I probably haven't explained it. So if you make a line, if I'm making a line right here and I start and I'm like, oh, I want to make an arc, and I click there to make the point, and then I try and convert it to an arc, it doesn't work unless you are coming from a line already. So that's why I traced this to begin with. You don't have to trace all the way from up there, but you can start a line on the bottom right here and go point to point. And then when you hover over, it'll convert to an arc. Okay. So you're going to have an arc there, and then that goes into another arc. My arc's going the wrong way. That's perfect. Let's try that again. Wow, that's a real problem. All right, maybe I need to do this arc from the other position. I've done this 4 times today, I swear. All right, let me trace a little more. Oh, did it give me a tangent here? Maybe that's the problem. It did. Okay. So we'll go an arc there, an arc there. This arc actually kind of comes up further. I'll just put it there for now. It's important that you don't have a tangent connection here. This, where these 2 arcs meet, it's okay to have a tangent connection, but if you have one there, it can kind of cause problems later. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one. And you should be able to kind of move your arc around a little bit to get it closer looking to this over here. I'll zoom in a little bit, closer looking to what this looks like. Let me undo all that so you can see. All right. Okay. here's the trick. We have a curved surface up here, and we've done this on a previous drawing, I think, but we have a curved surface and then we have a rectangle going into it. So when you guys make this sketch profile, right, you need to go into the circle, okay? Because it's a rectangle going into a circle, because if you don't, you're gonna have voids going on the side. So make sure when you make this sketch, you go into that circle. It doesn't have to connect yet. Whenever I'm just doing the rough sketch, we just want to make sure it goes in like that. Then we can add some of these dimensions. So it's blue. I'm going to try and make it black if I can. So I'm going to change this radius right here to 60. I'm going to change this radius up here to 80. It should start taking some form. I can slide this down. It doesn't need to go way up like that. I can slide this down, and you're just trying to kind of get it visually close, right? That's tangent. We got the 80 set there. We got the 60 set there. There's a dimension up here that says the width is 15. So we need to set this up here to 15. That'll start locking some stuff in place, hopefully. And here's where we have to make some assumptions, because if you look at this profile, all right, it's still blue, but I've got all the dimensions associated with it, right? So what am I missing here? What am I missing? Huh? Where's 85?
From the middle of the two arches.
Okay. So these two arches meet at the 85. I actually wasn't planning on missing that one. All right, that looks better, but it's still blue. This is black here, but this is blue here, meaning this stuff can still kind of move. I don't really want it to move. All right, but at this point, I'm not missing anything based on the drawing we were given. So the assumption that I think we have to make is that if this is 15 from here to here, it's also going to be 15 from here to here. That's the assumption that I have to make in order to get this to lock in place. I don't know if it's right, but that's what we're going to go with. Well, that's a problem. I might have to erase some of these perpendicular and coincident stuff. Did yours work?
No,
Yours locked when you did the extra 15? Let's erase that tangent and try that then. Do that 15 there. Okay. And this is going to stay blue because we're going basically inside of this and we're not stopping. We could stop it where it goes here, but then it's not going to give us it's not going to let us extrude it. So we're just going to make sure you go into that profile a little bit right there. That way it'll let us extrude. Okay. So then do an exit sketch, features, we'll do an extrude. It should be mid plane. Yep. Okay, I'll get with you in a sec. We'll do the mid plane, and the width of that is going to be 10 based off this view over here. And hopefully it'll let you connect it like that. Okay. So I'll stop this, I'll put it up, and then I'll start wandering around, okay? Any questions before we go? Max, you good? All right.